It's me. I'm really sick today, but I need to record this video because when this comes out, I'm going to be in Japan with my husband and I'm going to be showing him all the great things that I love about Japan, and I needed to have some content to upload. Today I'm going to do a little get ready with me. This is just going to be my everyday look. I am actually not going anywhere today. I don't have any plans because I'm just going to be at home doing uni work. I thought that I would just kind of sit down and just talk about some things while I put some makeup on my face. The thing I always do is I start with some sunscreen. This is my kind of winter sunscreen. It's a 15 SPF moisturizing sunscreen, and I always start with that after I wash my face, of course. When I'm doing my everyday makeup, I don't really use a lot of, I don't do a full base or anything like a lot of other people do. I just get a little bit of foundation and I just kind of whack it under the eyes and along the nose. So I've been thinking for a while now about what it means to be a creator, especially on YouTube, where there's so many kind of styles and types of channels. I've been on YouTube for a few years now and I've definitely shifted the vibe of my channel around a lot, and that's something that kind of it's something that I know that the platform doesn't really appreciate. When I started out, I watched so many videos to start thinking about what kind of thing I wanted this channel to be, and definitely all the people that have content about how to start a channel, they say consistency, find your niche or your niche and just continue with that. And I know that I've kind of maybe even hampered my growth because I haven't been able to focus on one thing. I'm actually waiting for an ADHD diagnosis. I have my appointment tomorrow morning to kind of check and see about if I have ADHD and maybe if that's affecting my ability to focus, which I think it does. Obviously, I have to put my eyebrows on these days because they were already very fair, but I'm still growing them out from having bleached them a couple of times earlier this year. The other thing that I'm really struggling with over the past couple of years is sort of a sense of validation and acceptance of myself. If you don't already know this, I got diagnosed as autistic officially last year after going through a diagnosis process that lasted for about 3 or 4 months. It really kind of started to make me question a lot of things that I thought I knew about myself. And one thing that I realized is that I'm extremely high masking. Well, I used to be. These days I don't have the patience for the mask anymore. But because of being really high masking, I kind of have, for pretty much my whole life, I've performed as the role of Steph. And then having a YouTube channel on top of that, where I feel like I need to perform as a certain kind of person, that's just been really messing with my head for a long time. So that's the reason that I've decided to kind of switch up and change a lot of my content, because the stuff that I was making before kind of was me overthinking everything about how I thought I had to act to be a YouTuber, whereas I really want to find a way to be comfortable with myself and share and express that through my videos and through my content. And yeah, I think that for a long time I tried to fit in a lot, and having grown up in my 20s with sort of the rise of Instagram and YouTube, there's this focus on kind of curating your personal brand and presenting yourself in a certain way that is maybe not as authentic as I would like to be, or as kind of resonates with me, because being autistic, I have a very strong sense of right and wrong, and I struggle a lot with lying and with inauthenticity. So for me, it's very difficult to kind of present a very well curated version of myself, because it just feels disingenuous. Wow, that was a tangent. Just gonna take you back out again so you can see my cool haircut. I got this haircut the other day and I'm absolutely in love with it. I change my hair all the time, and now I think I finally found a style that I really love. So the next thing that I do after my eyebrows is a couple of years ago I started wearing liquid eyeliner basically every day, and I did that. I forced myself to do that because I knew that I was going to do my own makeup for my wedding a couple of years ago, and I knew I wanted it to be sort of like an old Hollywood sort of style, so I knew I needed to perfect my ability to do liquid eyeliner. And the best way to do that is just to force yourself to do it every day. But to get it to stay on your face, I recommend using an eye primer. This is the best one I've used. Not that I've used that many, but it's called Magnifies, and it's from Rimmel. And I just put it out kind of on the edges where the eyeliner's gonna go. And I kind of just buff out with some powder, like just to make it less white. When I do this look for like evening and stuff, I definitely make it more dramatic, but because it's just an everyday thing, I'll keep it pretty simple. So one thing that why I'm really thinking about the style of content that I create is that because I've started following a few creators who just seem to be able to really become so comfortable with themselves and share that more broadly without feeling, or at least they seem very authentic to me. Maybe it's all part of a ruse, maybe there's more to it than that, but I really kind of respect them for being vulnerable and putting themselves out there. But for me, I think that because of taking off my mask that I've been trying to do for the last year and unmasking, it's very scary because I am questioning everything. I don't know who the real me is under there, and I don't know, and I'm scared about putting that out there in case people don't actually like it or vibe with it. But I am reassured by so many of my friends that they love my content and that they love seeing me being me rather than performing as someone else. I need to concentrate on doing this eyeliner. I have a mirror here, but maybe I'm just gonna get another mirror so that you guys can witness me bossing it. Bring you right in close too. Hello. Did you know I have green eyes? I love my eyes. I got them from my dad. Alright, when I do this eyeliner, I'm really good at doing the right hand side. I'm less good at doing the left hand side, so I start with the left hand side because that shows me what I need to do to copy on my right hand side. I always start, rather than starting in and going out, I always start out and go in. And I use the tip of the eyeliner as a guide, because like these sort of brush tips or gel tips, they work really well to kind of get the shape, and I follow the line of my bottom eyelid. And I just start off really small. And then I bring it back all the way to the middle. And then I stop just on this inside corner of my iris. I kind of line it up. I line it up there. And I think that that's a really nice shape to have. And then I just go and do the other side. Much more confident with the right hand side. This one has a bit more of a flick on it, so I'm just gonna go back to the left and add a little flick. And that's how I do my eyeliner. This is seriously the quickest makeup that I ever do, and it's taking me like 3 times as long to do it. I usually do this in about 4 minutes flat when I'm running out the door, when I'm running late for work. So the last step that I do is, what do I do? Oh, mascara, obviously. So the other thoughts that I've been having about life is that I feel like I'm waiting to grow up, which is weird. I've just turned 33 this year, and I still feel like I am in my 20s or something. which a lot of people might relate to actually. And I just feel like I don't know what I'm doing with my life. And I look around at people that are younger than me and they seem way more grown up. And I guess for a lot of my life, at least lately, I feel like I'm a spectator to my life and to a lot of other lives. And I'm kind of waiting for someone to tell me, go ahead and do all the things that you want to do. What are you waiting for? And that is a recurring thought that I'm having. And I know that the only person that needs to give anyone permission to do anything is myself and my husband, obviously. Like we work together with a lot of the things that we do. And it's also frustrating still being a student at the age of 33 because I feel like I don't have enough control and autonomy over my own time. I kind of often feel guilty about not doing uni work when I'm actually just really want to have fun and do the things that I want to do, like sewing and making videos. It's hard to explain, but I feel like at some point there's meant to be some time when it's like, all right, this is where my life begins now. But really, this is the only life I have, and I have to just go forth and do it. And that's kind of scary for me, considering how much of my identity and my interests and the way that I even look and carry myself it's all in flux right now. And I have had different times in my life where I'm kind of, I don't know, I would call it like an identity crisis, and I would change completely my fashion, my style, and my hair and the way that I do stuff. But I feel like I need to do some work to really identify the consistent threads that stitch together my life so that I can really craft a way forward and a life that looks the way that I want it to be and aligned with my interests and my goals for what I want to do. But right now, as I said, all of those things are sort of questioned and in flux. Just because I'm feeling chatty, I will show you what I do with my lips when I'm bothered. Sometimes I line them just a little bit. And I sort of blur out my Cupid's bow and overline just slightly. That's something that I picked up from Eve FRSR. I don't know what that second word means. Eve for sure. I don't know. She's pretty cool. And then I just grab a lipstick, and this is something that I kind of started doing because I really love Grimes, and she kind of does this sometimes too, where you just like blot on the lipstick and then literally just like blur it. And I think that is a cute look. And then my hottest tip, if, you know, back to the early days of Unsolicited Steph, I would give you unsolicited advice about stuff. I'm not a makeup artist. I just figured this out because I grew up in a time before YouTube was readily available and there were makeup influencers and stuff. I would sit in my sister's room because she would go out with her friends, and I would use all her makeup and just sort of trial and error lots of things on my face. And yeah, that's where I learned to do makeup. It's all just color theory and shadow and light. And this tip that I don't know, you can get those like blush sticks. I have one of these chubby blush sticky things, but it's really too light for my skin, so it doesn't actually doesn't do anything. It was one of those free gift things. So I get my lipstick and I just kind of blot it where the blush should go, and you just do that with your finger. And if you want to make your cheekbones really pop, you just put it up there a bit. And that's the look. This is how I get around every day. So yeah, thank you for the people that have been here since the beginning, or since the early days of me making architecture content, or even, I don't know, just stuff silly shit I used to do. I really appreciate that, and thank you for your patience as I've been trying to figure out what I'm actually doing with this channel and the vibe that I want it to be. This is a bit of a journey that I'm going on, discovering myself and kind of using this platform as a way to really encourage me to be my genuine self. My husband has a knack for just coming in as I'm waiting to wrap up. So I've forgotten what I was saying, but that's the look, and thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience as I figure out who I am and how to be kind of my normal-ish everyday self. Some days I'm high energy, some days I'm very low energy. That's just how humans are. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I guess I'm figuring stuff out, and thanks for watching and being here as I do this. I kind of, yeah, as I said, I'm doing this in a very open and public way because I need to learn to be more comfortable being my kind of everyday self. And I would really like to, get that. I guess it is seeking validation as well from strangers as well as from people who are just in my life generally, like my friends and stuff. But it's really nice connecting with people in the YouTube world who really see me and they vibe with me, and that's cool. So thank you for sticking around, and yeah, I can't wait to get on to the other projects and show you guys the other things that I want to make and share with you this year. And I'll see you when I'm back from Japan.